Hello my friends, it is Ray over at CigarClimatology, back for another cigar review. Pardon my absence, I've been away from YouTube for a while. The fact of the matter is that I recently picked myself up a new commercial construction project, so that limits a little bit of my humidor, YouTube, and shop time. It also unfortunately limits quite a bit of my smoking time. The fact of the matter is boy, I don't think I've smoked a cigar in a solid 2 weeks. I've just been incredibly busy. But today, we are actually going to smoke an older Trinidad. And by older, I mean it's as old as it gets for the Trinidad Coloniales. I originally bought this cigar. I believe that these were originally released, and you can check my memory, through Hunters and Frankow, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. I bought a couple of boxes of them at a time. I smoked one, and a friend of mine on another forum was just, I don't know, he was just really hot for these old Coloniales, so I traded what I had left to him for a bunch of miscellaneous sticks that I'll probably enjoy a heck of a lot more. The fact of the matter is that I never really fully hit it off with this cigar. But it's kind of interesting and unique, and the thing that's interesting about it is that these are original release. I no longer have the box, unfortunately, and but when I had correspondence with the gentleman that I traded with, I want to say that these were MKO October 03s. So it's a good, 14-year-old cigar, and what the heck, we're going to clip it, we're going to smoke it. I saved one for whatever event. It seemed like that this was the right event for it. So let's get into it. I took this one, it had a little bit of a buggered foot. I traded him an even number, and I said, look, there was one more left on the top row, so I said, I'll take that because they're, I don't know, they're stacked 5 on a row or something like that in that box. I don't remember anymore. But there was one left on the top row, so I went ahead and took that. This cigar is fairly firm. Again, I've had it since 03, and it's been well taken care of and acclimatized. I mean, as you can see, as usual with my cigars, the band is free floating at this point in time, so I'll just go ahead and take that off. There doesn't really appear to be an extreme bouquet on the cigar. The cigar is, well, I guess it's typical Cuban. I'm sorry, I got something itching the end of my nose here, driving me nuts. But it's I don't know, I'm going to call it on the crude side. The finish is, the wrapper's actually nice, but the underlayment here, the binder is pretty crude. And so it didn't make for a very nicely finished cigar. Of course, it is pigtailed on the end. Go ahead and slobber that up a little bit. And wet up the cap. It's actually been a considerable time since I smoked one of these. I don't know. Like I said, I smoked them when I first got them, and then I just left them. So it's probably been 10 years since I smoked the last one of these. Ooh, that was a terrible cut. Wow, it's got a ledge in it. Moderately stiff draw. I like that. Again, the cigar's packed really well, especially for an 03 cigar. It almost feels like it's got a knot right here, but it does draw. That beeping that you hear in the background, I've got my CNC running. Obviously, I'm always making parts in here, always doing something, making some ducted fans for my friend Nick. And that's the battery backup that keeps the computer on the CNC running smoothly. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing with the surge, but it's driving me nuts. But it's got to be there because, like I said, the CNC's running and I can't shut it off. So let's get this bugger scratched up. Immediately I've been hit with a little honey sweetness, which is fine. My first draw on a cigar, especially after 2 weeks, is always phenomenal, even if the cigar ends up being tasteless because my palate is so fresh. First puffs, good. First thing I recognize is that hint of sweet and some nutmeg. The sweet is definitely honey profiled. It's not just sugar or saccharin. Sometimes the real intense sweetness I call saccharin because it doesn't really have any richness. It just has this abrupt chemical sweetness. That's not what this tastes like. It is more like honey. It has a small amount of mouthfeel, and that, oh, I don't know, the nectary taste that comes with honey versus a straight cane sugar. There's plenty of smoke off the cigar. Not really much in the flavor department. Kind of mediocre to start. Again, something I just label Macanudo syndrome. Some oat taste coming through now. I'll just call it oaty, what I call a cereal taste. It with the lightly unctuous nature, I get a little bit of Cheerios, kind of a milk infused or a cream infused saturated oaty taste with that hint of sugar. Again, cigars like breakfast cereal. That's kind of what this tastes like at this point. Nothing really obnoxious about the cigar. No tannins, no pepper. A tad astringent on the palate. Again, very pleasant smoking. Certainly seems like a great early in the day cigar. It's not early in the day here for me. It is just rolled around 5. This is going to be the ducks I'm making back here, and I got to get to doing that. So, more of the oat, more of the honey. That's it for now. Let me smoke into it a little bit longer, and we'll come back and we'll give you an assessment maybe about halfway through the stick. Thanks for tuning in. So welcome back. We're back again smoking the Trinidad Coloniales. This is from 03. And we are maybe a little bit less than halfway through the cigar. And much to my delight, it's turned out to be rather good. Same basic core flavors. The cigar has evolved slightly. It's come on a bit stronger, which is really nice. So there is some evolution there, and there is some building of character and constitution with the cigar. I've hit a little hint of pepper. which has again just a kind of a nice boost in the flavor. There's nothing super exotic about the cigar, but nothing offensive either. Again, the straight OD flavor, still moderately flavored. Certainly not flavorless, but not over the top either, so not boorish by any means. Just very pleasant. Nutmeg still there. Perhaps some pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie spice. Definitely a lighthearted cigar. Again, I'm enjoying the character. It's turned out to be a really nice smoke. I'm not going to go above and beyond and say that it's, you know, excellent or beyond that, but certainly good, well into the good category. And of course, when you're in the right mood, I'd say it's probably, let's turn this down here a bit. It's quite good. It's quite good. So I have to get back to the duct work. That's why I'm in here today. And we'll stop by at least for one more comment on the smoke and give you some parting shots. We'll see how she develops. Thanks for tuning in. So here we are for the ending of the Trinidad 03 Coloniales. Kind of wondered whether I should have traded these away. No, not really. I'm glad that the person who really was after him, Bill, got the cigars that he wanted. Although, I have to tell you, I've sold them really short over the years, and heck, if I would have known they were going to be this good, I probably would have whacked them a long time ago. But it is what it is. He traded me back some fantastic sticks, so I can't argue with that. But this has been a really, really good cigar. I'm not going to put it up into the top 10 cigars I've smoked this year, but what the heck, it was really good, and it's marginally right there between good, or how about we call it great. I won't really toss it into the excellent category, but it's been a great cigar. I've really enjoyed smoking it. It's nicely seasoned. I could set it down. It didn't go out. I have not relit the cigar once. I've slowed down smoking it. It's really been enjoyable. It has evolved to a little again to more power, which has been fantastic as my palate gets a little numb. It's progressed on to some cinnamon with the nutmeg, the baking spices. Those all remain, and like I said, hints of pepper have come in and out of the profile. I've enjoyed it very much. We've lost a little bit of the sweetness now. It's a little bit more straight tobacco. It's a little bit more on cigar versus breakfast cereal food, but it's been really, really good. A quality cigar. I doubt you're going to find these, at least in original release, but if you happen across Coloniales and you've never tried one, you might want to go ahead and give one a shot. It's been very enjoyable for this ring gauge a cigar for me. I've enjoyed it far more than I would typical Hermosos 4s or Robusto size cigars. I don't recall actually what the ring is supposed to be on these. You know, whether it's more Coronas Gordas size or Hermosos 4 size, but typically this is kind of stretching my limit on ring gauge. It's one of the reasons why I tended to give up the box. But I'm hoping that the gentleman that I traded for is happy with them. He should be. If all the rest of them, or any of the rest of them, have been like this, he's gotten himself a good box of cigars. It's been excellent. Before I go, Nick, if you happen to be tuning in, this is your new back. I know it looks a bit different. I'll explain to you what I've done here with the redesign when I get you on the phone or on email next time. So we're getting that done for you. And if you remember the email, I did remake your water table assembly. This one came out really nice. I've had water in it for a whole week, and it doesn't leak. I'm really proud of the way this one turned out. It's really nicely made, so we're getting there. With that said, Brother Ray is going to tune out here. Thank you for tuning in and enjoying the show, enjoying the cigar along with me. It's been good. If you get a chance at the Trinidad Coloniales, go ahead and give them a shot. Until next time, it's Ray over at CigarClimatology saying thanks for tuning in and subscribing. See you on FOH. See you back on my channel.